Now to our other top story, the Newfoundland and Labrador government updating the wildfire situation earlier this morning. Premier John Hogan saying that he spoke with the Prime Minister last night and received assurances that the federal government will help the province in any way it can.
They have and they will continue to provide more support for logistics as we look at setting up further evacuation centres in the event it's needed. Firefighter support and transportation support, which includes transportation to and from the sites and transportation for firefighters as well.
Hogan adding that there are no new evacuation orders or alerts today. On Tuesday, residents of a section of the town of Paradise were ordered to evacuate because of the Paddy's Pond fire. The much larger Kingston fire continues to grow and now covers roughly 64 square kilometers. A regional state of emergency remains in effect for a portion of Bay de Verde Peninsula, the town of Conception Bay South, the town of Paradise, and parts of St. John's. Evacuation orders have been issued for parts of Newfoundland, including the town of Paradise. And joining me now is the Mayor of Paradise, Dan Bobbett. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. Walk us through what's happening right now in your community. How close is the fire to you?
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. It's fairly close. The area that we evacuated last evening and into the night, I guess, was the closest to it. That was a portion of our town that was closest to the northern edge of the fire. It showed some instability, I guess, and fires are unstable, obviously, but it's been monitored by officials, and the call was made to evacuate a section of Three Island Pond. Everybody was evacuated with the assistance of the police, RNC, Rover Search and Rescue, and town staff, and got everybody out, and everybody was orderly fashion, and everybody was out successful.
It sounds, Mr. Mayor, like everybody is cooperating, everybody is doing what they can to help their neighbors.
Absolutely. You know, we're all working together. You know, obviously there's a certain amount of anxiety and unsettledness about this. You know, obviously when you're into an emergency evacuation, in this case for a small section of town, but we do have a large portion of our town, which includes about 4,500 residents that are still under evacuation preparedness. That is, you know, they're still under evacuation preparedness, and to be ready at a moment's notice, and to have their kit bags or to ready for whatever's in it they need, medications, documents, to be ready to leave their homes. So, you know, it's still a serious situation. The fire, as the report you mentioned earlier, the province reported this morning, the fire hasn't grown, but it's still not in a stable situation, obviously. So we're still under the evacuation preparedness alert, and our thoughts are with our residents. Obviously, there is a certain amount of anxiety associated with a fire like this, and we've had an extremely, extremely dry summer. And today and yesterday it was a 30-degree temperature, so it's significant.
Yeah, conditions are ripe. I want to ask you, lastly, Mayor, about resources. Do you feel like there are enough?
Yes, I mean, you know, I want a big shout out to the first responders that are on the ground. There's more resources coming. According to the news conference you mentioned earlier, the Premier says there's more resources coming. There's resources in play. That we have several fires on the go throughout the province, and I commend the firefighters as well for their service. And you know, they're going into a fire, and everybody else is leaving it. So it's a serious situation. I do believe that, you know, the crews on the ground are doing their best to fight this fire with the resources they have, and we got more resources coming. So that's the good news.
Mayor, thanks again. We're all thinking of you. Mayor Dan Bobbett is the Mayor of Paradise, Newfoundland.